Namaste, angels. This is the weekly love reading, and we're going to get right into it. I'm still kind of speedy, although I don't think as badly as yesterday. We're beginning with Weekend Away. I was so speedy yesterday that I finished the general reading, the stuff that I went over after the cards and all, in 30 minutes. Isn't that crazy? Anyway, forget it. Maybe I should be speedy every week. And 29 again, which kept popping up. And we eat cake. Somebody could be celebrating some sort of partnership, or celebrating with a partner, something that is special to them. Maybe the birth of a baby or level of commitment or something. Stay in bed. That could be tied to the baby too, actually. You might need to be on bed rest, somebody. Forget it. Even if they're just finding out that they're pregnant, maybe it's high risk, or they're prone to miscarriages or something. I just saw that. Anyway, cocktail. So none for you, whoever that is for. Going to the cards, maybe a baby, a pregnancy is for what someone's been praying. Others of us, of course, praying, wishing, hoping for other things. And this is a card that represents dreams coming true and prayers being answered and wishes being granted. It is Major Arcana card 17, the star, which represents the sign of Aquarius most directly. It is also a card of communication, often communication that involves some sort of tech. So like online dating and Skype and FaceTime and, maybe texting and sending each other pictures and videos and all this sort of thing. Okay, there have been some betrayal, maybe involving a direct air sign, and perhaps specifically an Aquarius. Normally when the next card's in reverse, I don't bother to continue, but I'm just curious. So it is in reverse. So again, I think this is like getting over betrayal. This is moving on. Maybe that's one of the things you've prayed for. Also, the star can be a card very similar to temperance for me and very healing. So that may be part of this as well. Like it's like the waters, I think, that are calming and healing and stuff. Betrayal. Again, maybe at the hands of an actual air sign. With this King of Swords also in reverse. So I've noticed that they're both in reverse. So this may be the person responsible for this, like I said, betrayal, maybe infidelity, separation, loss, some sort of violation, again, or separation or breakup or break or something that was there. Maybe due to an actual King of Swords, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes, or perhaps Mercury. Right? Mercury can cause separation, for example, because of it rules transportation. So it could say, yep, you're not going anywhere. And maybe that's the sad thing. Like you couldn't see somebody that you were longing to see. And maybe now you're able to. Right? Now that travel ban or whatever was blocking you, the lack of funds or something is lifted, and that prayer has been answered, and you can see this person now. Or maybe it was a communication. Something was wrong with Mercury. Also rules communication. In fact, Mercury is the communication planet. So, and ruler of the sign of Gemini, the great communicator. So that could definitely be it too. Or something could have been said, and maybe it was received. The way it was received was hurtful. Geminis can be very we're prone to doing that, to saying something and the way it comes out, because we're so blunt. It's hurtful, even though we weren't necessarily meaning to be hurtful, just like too direct. Words can cut like a knife. So something could be like that. Or this could be a little bit more malicious, and then possibly, again, not having anything to do with an air sign, but just the fact that this is communication that's coming through like this. Like a King of Swords in reverse can be tied to let's say like something in like somebody read your email, or a phone call was overheard, or somebody got like embarrassed online. Maybe something was shown or said, that's been revealed, it's been made public, it's come out, it's hurtful. Could be attached to like gossip, and back maybe somebody's pictures were posted, nudes or something like that. That's hurtful. This could be somebody who was trying to stand up and take it, and like feeling like I can't take anymore, but the universe coming in and saying everything's going to be okay, and then everything is okay now, because again, here's the healing. Could be something from your past that came up and caused some sort of pain or hurt, or someone from your past, maybe even an actual ex, possibly even like a real soulmate, but maybe at the time not realizing it, and just, or some karmic lesson that you guys had to experience that was hurtful. So this is somebody that you really cared about, resulted in hurt. Also, Gemini is the ruler of siblings and like family, and sometimes the Six of Cups for me can be tied to like siblings or dealings with our parents or our children. Often we are the children in the scenario, so it could be something really from your past that has like come back to haunt you, not necessarily from childhood, but something from your past that you thought was gone, and now boom, here it is. Again, there is healing from this, whatever, and now, wow, okay, the Three of Swords. So there's the pain. I mean, I could go on like this for days. I don't mean to, but I was guided to keep looking, and I guess that's why. So this Three of Wands is a card that is positive. It's like, when things are on the horizon, things are coming in, you have to hold on to the faith that it's actually going to happen. Or maybe, again, the way that something surfaced or the way that something occurred wasn't as pleasing or happy. It ended up in pain or whatever. But that period coming to an end, like I said, could be somebody who really was even like a soulmate. The Knight of Swords, in terms of love, being swept off your feet in love, or, an existing commitment getting really, really tight and close, and learning to trust each other more and better. The Emperor, perhaps somebody older, is involved, and or an Aries or a Scorpio, or somebody really like authoritative and an actual authority. So maybe like dating your boss, and something was exposed at work, and that's embarrassing. People found out, or some other coworker, a subordinate. Maybe you're the boss. Maybe you work for the government, and that's why it's a problem, or some sort of large corporation. Something came out, again, like online, or emails were read or leaked, texts, phone call overheard, something, people learned about something that they shouldn't have, and that caused some sort of pain to somebody. Obviously, I've thrown out a few scenarios with these cards. Different ones will apply to different people, and hopefully none apply to some, other than just a change in your luck, maybe in terms of love, or change in your experiences, leaving things like betrayal and hurt behind for some real love, that answer to your prayers that you really wanted, or real singlehood, right? And peace and happiness and contentment. That could be it also. Like somebody wanting out of a relationship. A King of Swords is often like a judge or a lawyer for me. Could be tied to divorce, I was getting something else from the Emperor. Maybe something having to do with like a forced relationship, or maybe what's that called when your parents make you marry? Arranged relationship or marriage that didn't go well. All right, so those are the messages, the advanced messages. And look twice in tossing these cards in. I open to the Eight of Swords. So this is like somebody feeling stuck in a situation. Behind it is the Ace of Swords. So this is like cutting free and breaking free, and justice and truth coming out. Eight of Wands, so positive messages and things. And the Five of Cups is behind that. So it's like after a disappointment, here is this win, success. I just opened to Temperance. That's the other card I was talking about in terms of the Star. There's the Star. Opening back up to that one. Temperance again. So yeah, Temperance again. All right, look. Okay. The Star again. Did you see that? So it's not me. You saw me like put them all together. Star again. All right. So Three of Cups. Again, now we're celebratory. We're happy. Things have turned around. There's positive stuff ahead. Worst is behind us. There's that Ace of Swords. Victory, truth, justice. Brand new start. Maybe with somebody older than us. Maybe with somebody from our past who had hurt us before. Or who we hurt before. Maybe we were the assailant. There's that Emperor. Maybe moving beyond some sort of daddy issues or something. Twos are about partnership, faith. It's also the twin flame or soulmate or divine union card of the tarot. I'll do one more. And it is the Three of Pentacles. So again, possibly this is involving somebody that we met through work, or we will meet through work. I'm not suggesting that somebody's going to meet somebody through work and be hurt by them now. I still think the hurt is from the past. There's the Temperance card again. Right? So this is now about a period of healing. Maybe it's somebody through work that will be part of your healing journey as well. That's another possibility. And there's the Star again. Okay. You guys saw me. There's the Ace of Swords again. You guys saw me shuffle, cut into I don't know how many piles, and they're back together again. Here's the Hangman upright. So it's a very spiritual card, and maybe that's what's bringing on some of this healing. You're just mentally in a newly found space for yourself, and it's bringing some things up. It's causing some things to come up from the past. The Hangman represents the planet Neptune and the sign of Pisces, which it rules. Neptune is certainly about our depths, our deepest love, like higher than Venus. That bring me a higher love kind of thing. That's what Neptune is. But obviously, a lot of the time, that stuff is buried deep, and we got to really go within to get to it. And maybe we're being drawn back into it now because Neptune just went. Same cards. Knight of Cups, somebody returning to your life. Neptune just went direct last week. I think it was the 28th. I believe so. That was my daughter's birthday. I think that was the day that Neptune went direct. And so, whereas while Neptune was retrograde, we had gotten back into this place of really having to face reality and deal with all these things. Neptune is allowing us to go back into like a dream state, and to fantasize again. So obviously a little bit of both is necessary and good. Balance is always where it's at, like in all things and areas of our life. I'm going to pull one card for each element, beginning with fire, the first element of the zodiac, starting with the sign of Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and your card very appropriately is strength. Don't worry that it's in reverse. It's still a really awesome card. The earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, in that order. The Two of Swords, also in reverse. Some of you probably making a decision, maybe having to do one of those scenarios or something else that you saw on your own in the cards that I was pulling, because it is tied to that air energy. And the Two of Swords in reverse for me can be connected to some decision that we're finally like getting the balls to make, even though it goes against, what other people might have us do or think that we should be doing. So it could be like getting a divorce, and maybe that's frowned upon from your family, whatever. But again, you escaped like a really toxic relationship. Maybe it is dealing with somebody that's older than you. That may be frowned upon, or your boss, or your subordinate, or a coworker in general. And that could be frowned upon. But it's like making a decision that, well, this is what my heart and soul is guiding me to do, so I'm going to do it anyway. We'll talk more about the Two of Swords in a second. Air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Our card is the King of Cups, upright. Okay, now we're talking. So I think we've been getting the short end of the stick lately in terms of love. Last but not least, water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Boom. We have been seeing a lot of this, though. Air and water. And it couldn't be any more so. than right now. Lovers in reverse, very similar to what I was just saying about here, like a decision that's your heart versus your head, and deciding to listen to your heart. We'll get more into it. But of course, Major Arcana card 6, the Lovers, most directly represents the sign of Gemini. So it's funny that I was just talking about balance, because that's actually what Temperance in reverse is about in terms of love. So we're going to all share that energy of the importance of balance in our relationships, and that notion sometimes that we can get that we're giving and giving and giving and giving. Sometimes it's real, okay, not just a notion. So maybe I need better wording, but you guys will know what I mean. Like giving, 1,000%, 3,000%, and this other person is not really putting much effort in. Like, what's up with them? This card shows up because, yes, you may very legitimately be feeling that way, and that may be the truth. And or your partner can feel the same way, and it tells us like to consider what not only others are bringing to our life or to the table, to our relationships, but what we are, right? Because somebody else can feel the same exact way about us. And if we're single and looking for love, when this card comes up, then, like single. Because the other one I was describing could be single too, and like trying to get a relationship going with somebody, just feeling like I'm putting in a lot more effort than them, But if you're single and like looking, then you may be trying too hard and pushing people away. It gives me a very Queen of Swords feel. And maybe because, I forgot about that. I was going to say maybe because for me, although Temperance in the tarot, like textbook stuff, represents the sign of Sagittarius. For me, this is a dang Aquarius. That's a water bearer, right? How could it not? It's not a water bearer. You see a person standing in a pool of water, pouring water between two vessels. That's a water bearer. And so it is very... Now, Aquarius is most directly who the Queen of Swords is, also in textbook tarot, because the Queen is the representative of the fixed sign of a given element. And of course, the fixed sign of the element of swords or air is Aquarius. So I think that's coming very strongly through for me. And that for some people, for some of us, we are trying too hard. It's going to be definitely for the earth signs. I'll get to that in a second. But I'd forgotten that we had the actual representation of the sign of Aquarius right here behind the Temperance in reverse. So now I just feel even more so that way. But I'm going to remind you that we have an Ace of Swords too in reverse. So we're moving. It's maybe delayed, but we're going to move into a better time. All right, let me put these back how they go. The biggest message is to just be secure in yourself, like as an individual, first and foremost, before worrying about other lovers and outside people and love to like complete you. And I know that's cliche, but that's really what the message is. It's basically saying a love or lover cannot complete you. So stop trying to force let love happen naturally, organically. Now, on a positive note, again, because this card represents the sign of Sagittarius, you fire signs, keeping that in mind, and considering what you're bringing to the table or not, and how you feel about yourself, and not looking for somebody else to complete you. The Strength card in reverse, in terms of love, is a card that says that you should right now be in a self-confident phase. So it's like safe for you to get out and mingle. You don't have to worry about that problem that I was just talking about in terms of maybe getting mixed up and looking for outside, like external sources to give you value, If you get out and look, especially if you're looking, if you're single, you could really be very pleasantly surprised at the way things work out. The only thing is with a reversal, as opposed to it being upright, you should be a little careful to make sure that you're not like overestimating the strength of a connection or relationship. So I guess in that regard, you still got to be careful about, the balance and not pushing too hard, because that just doesn't work out. If you push too hard, then you could end up, not pleasantly surprised. You could end up, sort of, unhappy, because things may fall apart. So, I guess that's the connection in terms of pushing too hard for you guys, for you fire signs. And yeah, you Sagittarians and Leos may, feel this or experience this the strongest, as opposed to maybe Aries. And moving on to the earth sign. So like I said, you guys would feel it. Because the Two of Swords, in addition to what I already said about it, like I said, it is about making choices that are best for you. So in general, the message is, about being like deliberate when it comes to love and relationships. But again, and especially out of all these, other elements, you may be tempted to, move things forward too quickly. Just to rush to the end, and this is definitely not the time to do that. So if you're already in a relationship, let it flow organically. If you're looking for love, definitely get out and mingle, and you may meet somebody that's like great for you, but it probably will take some time before it develops into like a legit love relationship, and you're going to need to be patient or risk ruining it, just like I told the fire signs. Moving on to us air signs. The King of Cups is one of the best cards you can possibly get in terms of love, right? If you're looking for love, this can totally indicate that somebody who's balanced. So I think that's the key word this week for our relationships. Somebody who's balanced in terms of their emotions and their willingness to, not overly let logic lead them or their heart lead them. They're somewhere in the middle and considering it all in the determinations and movements that they make. And, that's good for both of us, right? For the person and for you. So that kind of person could be heading to you soon. This is also somebody who's like super romantic and, generous. Again, not afraid to be in touch with his emotions, but they're balanced. They're like, so he also has them in check. He's not all like, dripping all over the place with his water. This is the kind of person who's going to like show you love and affection, and so if you're into that, it's good. Which is funny for an air sign. I'm still, you guys can't see my face right now, but I was like smiling because when you say like love and affection, we can often not very be affectionate, especially Gemini and Aquarius. Libra may be a little bit better at it. All right. I'm trying to think if I want to say anything else about it. I guess that's it. I mean, I was trying to think of other words to explain the type of person, even if it's somebody that's returning from your past. This is what I'll say. I will say this. Even if it's somebody that's returning from your past, that maybe you had a hurtful experience with, something like we saw in the beginning. If they're coming to you, apologetic and or claiming to be, a new person, reinvented or whatever it is, with the King of Cups, there's an indication that is genuine, So don't be like afraid to go for it, especially if your heart is telling you to. And last but not least, again, for you water signs, the Lovers is also a wonderful card when it comes to love. There's not many more, like better in terms of love than the King of Cups, the Lovers, the Two of Cups. These are the ones people want to see in their love reading. And the fact that it's in reverse just maybe slightly weakens the, overall like super positive energy that that's on its way to you. So, it would be slightly less super positive. And it can also maybe indicate a delay, which we saw with the Ace of Swords too, possibly, in how soon you're going to be maybe feeling better about love or your love life and or an actual relationship or your partner in general. But still, it's a really awesome time for you. It's a time for you to think positively so you can continue to draw that super positive energy near. And it's a great time for you to meet new people if you are single and looking. We're going to double down on these. Do some clarification with the other tarot decks that are pre-shuffled and, funny. I'm beginning with the Queen of Swords. She is experienced, self-sufficient, brilliant, and funny. All of your life experiences have prepared you for this moment of truth. It's time to declutter your home, to clear away situations that aren't working for you anymore, and to disengage from people who create more drama than happiness. And to also be careful about not pushing away love or lovers. I'm going to throw that in. The next card is in reverse. It is the Page of Cups. So notice I just opened to the Ten of Swords. We saw that before. And it was in reverse then too, right? With the Rider-Waite Tarot. And that was the card that was giving me betrayal and stuff. And then right behind that is, whoa, not one, but two strength cards. Okay? So, again, this is about making a major comeback from any kind of hurt. Totally having healed from that. And again, prayers being answered. Maybe that was the prayer. Please, universe, dear God, please restore me. Rejuvenate me. And we'll just put these in, to, any kind of way. And it's the Seven of Wands. Defend your beliefs and decisions. Stand your ground. Choose your battles wisely. And there's that Ten of Swords yet again. The end of a difficult situation. Embrace the change and expect things to get better now. Somebody could even be recovering from an addiction. Sometimes it's a literal like addiction to a substance or something that got in the way of what would have otherwise been a healthy and beautiful relationship and destroyed it. This can be other, situations, describing other situations of toxicity and codependency and things like that too. Again, betrayal, separation, infidelity, lying and all that kind of stuff. But now you've made a decision one way or another about something having to do with your love relationship and how you respond maybe to these things in your life, and you're putting your foot down, or you're guided to at least. So I'm going to pull 4 cards again, one for each element. Just putting them back here in frame. A little more this way, huh? Okay, so again, Temperance was our overall energy. You see that there. So the first card is for the fire signs. Three of Swords. Sadness is part of life, but you don't have to endure it alone. You made it a little time to heal. Okay, that's what we're talking about here. But once you work your way through the emotions, you'll be stronger than before. I think it's funny. You'll be stronger than before. You got this strength card here. So again, strength is a super positive card as it relates to love. This hurt is probably from the past, and this is you recovering. But I'll pull the next. I like to pull upright cards when I do further clarification. The next one happens to be upright here, so I'll pull this one for you guys. And this is your energy. This is all about you being, in your full, your full element, your full energy, feeling strong, feeling confident, And isn't that what I said just a few moments ago? Like, this should be a really confident, especially in terms of like self-confident phase for you. And so I think, again, you're leaving this behind, this Three of Swords energy. And this is you now. Talented, brilliant, independent, and charming. Don't underestimate your ability to manifest your dreams. You may have several priorities vying for your attention at once, but you can do it. All right. So you guys have been blessed with the strength to face any and everything and to go on, whatever that means. Earth signs, your card is the Knight of Swords. He is decisive, focused, driven, and impulsive. Didn't I say the Two of Swords can have to do with a decision? Yeah. All right. Get ready for progress to speed up. This situation requires you to choose logic and intellect over emotion and to make your decisions quickly. Knight of Swords is also one of these cards, believe it or not, even though it's swords, that is about being swept off your feet in love. So that is very possibly about what you're making a decision. Again, maybe despite some pain that you experienced in the past, maybe even with the same person, you're making your decision now, you're putting your foot down, you don't care what anybody else has to say, and or you're awaiting a decision. And then that may give you some guidance as to what your next move should be as well. Water signs. I'm sorry, I'm looking at him, the King of Cups, and I'm thinking water signs. No, air signs. This is our card. Ace of Wands. A wonderful new opportunity presents itself. It may come as a surprise, but you'll still want to leap into action and to passionately pursue every possibility. Somebody could very well be getting the wand. Also, the wand. It may be from a water sign, maybe from a Scorpio. I tell you, that's a good thing. In my experience. And last but not least, water signs. Yes, actual water signs now. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Your card is, it's that Nine of Wands. You've worked hard, and what you've created is impressive and worthy of protecting. Annoying challenges may pop up, but don't worry. You'll get through them just as you have in the past. And one annoying challenge may be, again, delay for you. But I'm going to pull the next upright card for you guys too, and you see it is this one. It only took us one to get there. Five of Cups. Things not turning out the way you'd hoped. Not seeing the positive in the situation and crying over spilled milk. Yeah, again, I think that this is tied to delay. It's not turning out the way you'd hope. There's still promise there and positive energy. You still got the Two of Cups standing up, but it's not happening in your pace. It's not happening when you want it, and so it therefore feels imbalanced for you. We'll do one more. I'll be greedy today. I feel like being greedy. It's another Nine of Wands. They're like, don't be greedy today. We're giving you what we're giving you. Don't give up. Protect that which you've created. Have courage and believe in yourself. So 2 Nines of Wands for you guys, clarifying your lovers, and the Five of Cups. So it's like the Five of Cups is one of these cards that reminds us to count our blessings. It's telling you the wonderful things that is there. Like at least this love is here. You guys get this love. It may be delayed, maybe coming to you, but at least you have it. And you got other stuff to be thankful for too in your life. You got the fact that you have maybe healed from past situations, like that Queen of Swords card said. This time now, your whole life, everything that you've experienced prior has prepared you for this moment. So you're finally here. You're in the moment now. Further, you know what? Before I do advice, I got my other cards here, these soulmate, like advice cards, oracle deck, beginning with you are moving onto a steady and reliable path. So because I don't want to move these, I will quickly just shuffle these once or twice out of your view over here. I just opened to, in the end, you tried and you cared, and sometimes that's enough. And I think that this could be, especially be for the fire signs. Although, I open to it for everybody, but that's just my feeling. Maybe seeing the sun there. The sun rules the sign of Leo. The sun in the tarot is a Sagittarius. So back to that. Then I open to take a leap of faith into the unknown. All right, and why don't we do one more and then call it ready. Life is tough, but so are you. All right. Fire signs, your card is fall in love when you're ready, not when you're lonely. All right. That's reason to not force a relationship. Cannot complete you. If you're feeling alone, or, well, there's nothing wrong being alone. If you're feeling lonely, that's not the time for you to be pushing yourself into a relationship. Let it just happen. So that, I think, solidifies your message. Earth signs, your card is peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. And look, it looks like a Two of Swords. Or is it just me? It looks like a Two of Swords, right? Yeah, so again, this is about the balance and not forcing relationships. External forces or sources cannot complete you. That all comes from within. Air signs. Do we get another awesome card? Everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of fear. So get ready for a fresh new start for those who are willing to take a leap out there. I think this card even said that you're going to have to take a leap in order to get this new start, right? A wonderful new opportunity presents itself. It may come as a surprise, but you'll still want to leap into action to passionately pursue every possibility. Yeah, so it takes us getting beyond the fear and jumping at it or on it. The one, okay, never mind. To get there. I told you I was like in rare form this week. I don't know what's going on with me this weekend, but I'm just whatever. Last but not least, you water signs, your card is start reclaiming who you truly are. I think that's an awesome message for you guys. And I'll do last one for the collective. Collective advice for us all. Your dreams can come true if you have the courage to pursue them. I think they've tried to say that to us several times. How many times have we seen the strength card in this reading? At least 3, right? And that's all about the courage to pursue. Fire signs like Leo are, what the strength card represents, are all about pursuit, right? Action and aggression and passion and all those things. Movement. Wands are about movement. Hope you guys have enjoyed the love reading. Please do like, share, subscribe, comment. If you are subscribing, please hit both the subscribe button and the bell button so that hopefully you receive your notifications. And in terms of the comments, I try to respond to every comment that is left for me. Namaste.